I picked up this T-Maxx 3.3 mainly because I missed the old T-Maxx. Now the 3.3 is slightly different than the 2.5 Classic. The 2.5 Classic has a shorter wheelbase. This one has a slightly longer wheelbase. This one also has higher ground clearance. To be honest, the ground clearance comes from the tires because this one has 3.8 tires versus the 3.2s on the other one. But picked this one up for a variety of reasons. One is because it comes with the telemetry enabled. That's one of the reasons why. After using the Revo for a while, I've really liked the Revo. The telemetry, I don't really pay attention much to it, but once in a while I use it mainly to check the temperature. The RPM is a good estimate that it has on there, so it helps with tuning the transmission. The speed, I don't even bother with it because it's based on the RPM on the engine, it seems like. And the reason why is as you accelerate, it'll say, for example, that you're going 40 miles per hour, and then the truck will shift, and then it'll say you're going 35, and then it'll start going up again. That's the reason why. But temperature-wise, it's nice to have that one. And it also tells you how much power you have on your receiver battery. But this is the T-Maxx 3.3, so let's go ahead and take this one out. All right, so right on here, you're gonna get the power cell. So this here, you're gonna be using for the wand. And that's what you use, that's for the Easy Start system, which I like. I like the Easy Start system. So now I have another one of these. If you don't like these, which is fine, you can always put a LiPo battery instead, just use a Tamiya connector, and then you can give this one away to somebody that, maybe a kid or something, that uses nickel metal hydride batteries. Like my younger nephews, that would be an example. Although they're not gonna have very much runtime. As you can see, this is an 1800 milliamp hour battery. They're not gonna get much runtime. And the truck is upside down. All right. Let's go ahead and flip the box over. And here we go. All right, so you do get a fuel bottle, which is great. I'm just gonna keep this one in case my other fuel bottle eventually cracks, breaks, whatever happens. These are really nice bottles, the ones that Traxxas gives you. Now, inside of the box, I'm just checking there's nothing else in there so I can move it. Right in here, this is where you get a lot of the parts. I believe that's an extra filter, but I'm gonna go ahead and check. Let me go ahead and open up this bag. All right, so first they do advertise their top fuel. I picked up a quart just to try it out. I've never actually used Traxxas fuel before. Usually I would use, I think it's called O'Neill's, and then VP, but we'll see. All right, some stickers. I'm gonna put one of these stickers on the transmitter just so I can tell it apart from the Revo. Read this at some point, and the manual, I hope this is like the Revo manual. Register your product. Yes. All right, perfect. So if you're just getting into RC, or this is your first Nitro, this is awesome. Okay, it talks about setup, throttle, how to tune your carburetor, which is fabulous. And the 3.3 is very easy to tune, really, because you only have two needles. You have a high end and a low end needle. You don't have a mid-range. Now, if you were racing a different class, well, you'd probably be using a different vehicle, but you would have a mid-range as well, and idle. It's a very forgiving engine for tuning. So So if you're new, don't be afraid to pick up a Nitro. Actually, my very first, I would consider modern hobby grade RC, that was about 18 years ago, was the Nitro car. It was an HPI RS43 SS. I don't remember what engine came with it. I think it was a 1.2 or something. All right, these are for the shocks. We'll probably run it with the stock ones, but to be honest, I'm going to replace them. I don't really like the stock shocks on them. All right, you get body clips. One of the nice things about the T-Maxx is the body clips go, they go across. So if you look at the front, rear, center line, they're perpendicular to it. On the Revo, these over here are parallel to it. They're always falling off. So this is nice. So this is the wand. Comes with the wand. These are some of the tools. You'll use some, you probably won't use some of them. This one right here you can use to install a glow plug or remove the glow plug. I usually just use my 8mm driver, so I do not actually carry that. This is a charger. It's not bad. It's a 2-amp charger. So if you have to charge the receiver battery, it'll probably take about half an hour to charge it. I believe this is a spare filter, but I'll double check. A spare glow plug, and I'm saying spare glow plug because it has a glow plug in there already. The wire is already installed. So that is good. Now there's a box underneath. I'm going to assume that's the transmitter. But for now, let me go ahead and remove the body. And this body's nice. It's very detailed. I like the graphics on there. I do like the color, and at some point shortly, you will see why I picked this color. It's not that it's my favorite color, but it is a very nice color. You do get these tags. Go ahead and read them. I've already read them on other vehicles. This has to do with the spacers on the shocks. This one over here with the fuel. I will be leaving this tie strap on there. All right, there we go. Let's see, what are the differences. All right, so we have this here. I'll place it there, just so. This is actually pretty nice. All right, so that protects that. One of the things I'm interested in the bulkheads. Is this different plastic, or is it the same one? So when the T-Maxx first came out, these bulkheads used to break left and right. So one of your weakest points would be, for example, right here where the bumper sits. That part would just snap off. And if you saw my videos on fixing an old T-Maxx, the bulkheads were replaced on it. I had to. The front ones, I just couldn't fit a front bumper on it. So I just got the RPMs, but I don't think this is the same plastic. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Hopefully it is not. This one actually comes with a wheelie bar. Yeah, the Revo did not, but the Revo also has a lower center of gravity, so it's not going to wheelie as much as something like this. It is adjustable. It's very similar to all of your basic Traxxas wheelie bars. And I say basic because since the drag slash is out, that's a totally different wheelie bar. But this one just snaps out and then you adjust it. So it just depends on the wheelies you want to make. So more wheelies, less wheelies. I would keep it up if you're going to be bashing because the wheelie bar does get in the way. And then if you land, actually I'd probably remove it. If you land on the wheelie bar, you're going to break something. So you can actually have an accidental land there and then just destroy something back here. Probably the wheelie bar. Let's see. So we have the air filter. So that is an extra foam. And it's good that you get an extra foam because if you start going off-road into dirt, you're going to have to replace these filters often. I'm going to say after every tank, just depending on the amount of dirt. Although this is a monster truck, there's more protection. On the Slayer Pro, that thing just gets dirty left and right. Oh, that's interesting. You have an extra little connection here. So the wiring harness is not long enough, apparently. So you have this, compared to the Revo, All right, engine, transmission. Almost everything looks the same. Looks very similar. All right, so that's where we have the throttle, brake. All right. Now, one thing this one does not have is reverse. For reverse, you would have to get the kit, and the servo would mount right in here. So if you have seen my videos on fixing an old T-Maxx, that one had reverse. Servo goes right in here. And the shifting mechanism goes, I think, right in there, right where that blue plug is. I'm not sure if you can actually see the plug. Right in there. That's where it would go. Can't remember how much the reverse kit cost. It's probably around $50. But let's see. Skid plates. The center one looks different. No, maybe it's the same. Just want to see differences where there aren't any. Such as the arms. Other than that, let's see. That looks pretty good. 270 steering servo. Why would they use that one? Alright, I have no idea. The steering servo on these, you should recommend, I would recommend swapping them out, especially the steering one. I'll try it out, see how it works, but usually it doesn't have the torque, enough torque to actually steer the tires. So that's something to keep in mind. Tires are pre-glued. These are the same tires on the Revo, I'm sure. Once I pull the Revo out, I'll make a comparison. The wheels look different though. All right, let's look at this. How is this on here? All right. Yeah, that shouldn't be holding it. Huh. There we go. All right, and the transmitter should be a TQI. All right, TQI. So this is just like the Revo, and it's nice. So it's a 3-channel, just like the Revo. This switch here is not going to do anything for now. This is going to be for the transmission for that other channel, unless you wanted to connect something else if you're not planning on doing a transmission. Maybe some lights or something. So it's already Bluetooth enabled, so other than that, you're good to go. All you have to do is just put some fuel in there, charge up the batteries, put some batteries in the transmitter, brake in the engine, and after you're done braking in the engine, then you can start just racing or bashing this thing. The aluminum chassis is super thick on it too. This is 5 millimeters, I think. This is not 3 millimeters. This is very thick. So I'm glad. All right, so we have to put it side by side with the Revo and see what we have.
What? Oh, my hair! My tongue! My rod!